Recognition. They finally noticed, didn't they? Hello, you magnificent anomalies. You unexplainable success stories. You midnight architects of impossible comebacks. They keep asking the same question over and over, like a broken record stuck on repeat. Who's helping you? Who's behind this? Who gave you the blueprint? And every time they ask, you smile, that knowing smile, that dangerous little grin that says, if only you knew. Because the truth is so much stranger than anything they could imagine. So much darker, so much more powerful than some mentor in a boardroom or a guru on a mountain. They see your transformation and they can't compute it. Yesterday you were drowning. Today you're walking on water.
If you're a founder who owns a business, then you need a virtual assistant. And not just any virtual assistant, you need a doer. Outsource Doers train and match virtual assistants with entrepreneurs.
Last year you were invisible, now you cast shadows they can't escape. 6 months ago you were begging for crumbs, now you're building empires in silence. And their little minds can't process this without a middleman, without some secret teacher, some hidden hand pulling your strings. They need there to be someone else because the alternative terrifies them. That you did this yourself, that you found something they'll never have access to, that you tapped into a frequency they can't even hear. Oh, but they're not entirely wrong, are they? There is something helping you, something guiding you, something whispering strategies in the darkness. But it's not what they think, not who they think, not from where they think. It's not some millionaire mentor sliding into your DMs with success secrets. It's not some underground society of achievers pulling you up their ladder. No, it's something far more intimate, far more terrifying, far more power. And the beautiful part? They've been staring at it the whole time without seeing it, because they don't have the eyes to recognize what real power looks like when it's not wearing a suit. Let me paint you a picture of their confusion. They scroll through your posts looking for clues, searching for the puppet master they're convinced exists. They analyze your words trying to find someone else's voice. They dissect your moves looking for a pattern that matches some known success formula. But nothing fits. Your rise doesn't follow any blueprint they recognize. Your methods don't match any course they've taken. Your energy doesn't resonate with any mentor they know. And that's when the whispers start. Something's not right here. Someone's helping them. Someone powerful. Someone we can't see. And here's where it gets delicious, where the truth starts bleeding through the cracks of their assumptions. Yes, someone is helping you. Yes, there's a force behind your rise. Yes, you have access to intelligence they don't. But it's not coming from outside, it's coming from within. From a place so deep they'd need to die and be reborn just to glimpse it. You see, while they were collecting mentors like Pokemon cards, you were doing something different. You were building a relationship with the only advisor that actually matters, your shadow self, your dark passenger, the version of you that remembers every betrayal, every lesson, every scar. This shadow mentor doesn't speak in motivational quotes or success principles. It speaks in memories of pain transmuted into power. It doesn't give you 5-step plans or morning routines. It gives you pure, unfiltered intelligence drawn from the deepest wells of your experience. Every time someone betrayed you, your shadow took notes. Every time you failed, your shadow analyzed the data. Every time you bled, your shadow collected the evidence. And now, after years of accumulation, you have access to a database of wisdom that no course could teach, no mentor could provide. no amount of money could buy. They keep looking for your teacher in the light, but your real education happened in the darkness. While they were at seminars taking notes, you were in the trenches taking bullets. While they were reading success stories, you were writing survival stories with your own blood. While they were paying for wisdom, you were earning it through pure endurance. And that shadow that grew behind you through all that pain, it wasn't just observing, it was learning, calculating, preparing for this exact moment when you'd finally be ready to listen to what it had to say. Think about it. Every massive breakthrough you've had lately, where did it really come from? Not from some book or podcast, but from that voice in your head at 3 a.m. that suddenly connected dots you didn't even know existed. That strategic move that blindsided everyone, it came from remembering exactly how someone blindsided you 5 years ago and reverse engineering their tactics. That unshakable confidence that has them all shook, it's not from affirmations. It's from your shadow reminding you of every hell you've already survived, making everything else look like child's play.
What we do is help maintenance-based businesses.
Let's go deeper into this midnight advisory board you've assembled without even realizing it. Every ghost that haunts you has become a teacher. Every demon you've faced has become a trainer. Every moment of abandonment taught you self-reliance. Every betrayal taught you pattern recognition. Every breakdown taught you breakthrough mechanics. You didn't hire consultants. You consulted your catastrophe. You didn't seek advisors. You advised with your adversities. And that's why your moves seem impossible to track, because they're being guided by intelligence gathered from places others have never been. When they ask, who's helping you? They expect a name, a face, a LinkedIn profile. But how do you explain that your board of directors meets in your dream? How do you tell them your strategy sessions happen in the shower, where all your ghosts gather to compare notes? How do you describe the conference room in your mind where every version of you that ever existed comes together to plan the next move? They wouldn't understand that your mentor isn't a person but a process, a constant conversation between who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. You know what really disturbs them? The coherence of your movement despite the apparent absence of guidance. Every step you take seems orchestrated, but they can't find the orchestra. Every decision you make seems calculated, but they can't find the calculator. It's like watching someone dance perfectly to music only they can hear, and it's driving them insane. Because in their world, success requires visible support systems, public mentorship, documented education. But you're operating on intelligence they can't intercept, following a GPS they can't hack, receiving transmissions from a frequency they can't tune into. The shadow helping you doesn't show up in photos. It doesn't have a social media presence. It doesn't offer testimonials or success stories. It offers something far more valuable, the accumulated wisdom of your entire existence, processed through pain, refined through rage, and crystallized through survival. Every mentor they pay thousands to access is trying to teach them what your shadow teaches you for free. How to transform wounds into weapons, how to alchemize trauma into treasure, how to read the matrix because you've seen it glitch. And now we arrive at the part that really makes them squirm. Deep down, in places they don't like to visit, they recognize what's happening. They see in you what they've been running from in themselves. That shadow they've been suppressing, medicating, therapizing away. You made friends with yours. That darkness they've been taught to fear. You learned its language. That pain they keep trying to heal. You turned it into fuel. And watching you thrive with the very things they've been taught to shame makes them question everything they thought they knew about success. They want your results but not your process. They want your power but not your pain. They want your transformation but not your truth. They keep asking who's helping you because they need it to be someone else, someone external, someone they could theoretically access if they just found the right connection. The idea that your helper has been with you all along, that it was forged in your failures and born from your breakdowns, that's too much responsibility for them to accept. Because it means they have the same access to the same power. They just lack the courage to claim it. Your shadow mentor doesn't coddle you with comfortable lies. It tells you exactly who betrayed you and why. It shows you patterns others miss, because it remembers everything, forgets nothing, and forgives only strategically. It doesn't promise you'll be happy. It promises you'll be powerful. It doesn't teach you to be liked. It teaches you to be undeniable. It doesn't help you fit in. It helps you stand out so dramatically that fitting in becomes irrelevant.
This video got over 50 million views, and you can create a video like this in seconds for free using AI.
And that's why your success looks different, feels different, moves different. It's not built on inspiration, it's built on integration of every dark truth you've ever encountered. When you make moves now, it's with intelligence they can't access because they haven't paid the price for admission. Your shadow council includes every person who ever underestimated you, serving now as reverse mentors, showing you exactly what not to be. Every door that closed in your face is now an advisor on alternative entrances. Every bridge that burned is now teaching you architecture. Every ghost that haunts you is now part of your intelligence network. You're not just helped, you're informed by a vast network of pain points that became data points that became power points. Let me tell you what happens when you finally stop fighting your shadow and start consulting it instead. The integration isn't pretty, isn't peaceful, isn't some beautiful spiritual awakening with angels singing. It's brutal. It's sitting alone at night and admitting every harsh truth you've been avoiding. It's acknowledging that half your problems came from your own patterns. It's recognizing that your shadow saw everything coming, but you refused to listen. It's the humbling realization that your darkness is actually your intelligence agency, and you've been treating it like an enemy when it was trying to be your ally. The shadow doesn't speak in words. It speaks in knowing. That gut feeling you get about someone, that's your shadow's threat detection system, built from every betrayal you've experienced. That sudden clarity about a situation, that's your shadow connecting patterns from similar scenarios in your past. That unexpected strategic insight, that's your shadow's war room, where every battle you've ever fought is analyzed for applicable tactics. You're not receiving new information. You're finally accessing information that was always there, archived in the depths of your experience. This is why your transformation seems so sudden to them, but feels so inevitable to you. You didn't suddenly get help. You suddenly started listening to help that was always available. You didn't find a mentor, you found yourself. You didn't receive secret knowledge, you accessed knowledge that was secret from yourself. And now that the channel is open, now that communication is established, the intelligence flows constant. Every interaction becomes data. Every observation becomes strategy. Every experience becomes education. They ask, who's helping you? Because they see you moving with supernatural precision. You dodge bullets they didn't even see coming. You capitalize on opportunities they didn't know existed. You navigate complexity like you have a map they can't access. And you do have a map, drawn by every wrong turn you've ever taken, marked with every dead end you've ever hit, annotated with every shortcut you've discovered through disaster. Your shadow is your GPS, and it's guided by satellites of suffering that transformed into wisdom. Here's what they'll never understand about your shadow advisor. It doesn't operate on hope. It operates on data. While they're making vision boards and manifesting, your shadow is running probability analyses based on pattern recognition from your entire history. It doesn't tell you what you want to hear. It tells you what patterns indicate will happen. It doesn't promise success. It shows you the exact moves that previously led to failure so you can avoid them. It's not optimistic or pessimistic. It's realistic in ways that feel supernatural to people who've never integrated their darkness. Your shadow board of directors includes every version of you that ever failed, and they're all sharing their intelligence to ensure you don't repeat their mistakes. The you that trusted too easily is now your advisor on discretion. The you that moved too fast is now your consultant on patience. The you that revealed too much is now your expert on strategic silence. It's like having a team of specialized consultants who all know you intimately because they are you, were you, will always be part of you. This is why your competition can't figure out your game. They're playing chess while you're playing multi-dimensional chess with advisors who exist outside of time. Your shadow remembers things your conscious mind forgot. It processes information while you sleep. It recognizes threats before your rational mind can articulate them. It's not mystical, it's practical.
I found with property investing, time is money, and you've got to have a sense of urgency because every single 6 months that you wait.
Years of experience compressed into instant knowing, decades of patterns recognized in seconds, lifetimes of lessons available on demand. When you walk into a room now, your shadow has already assessed everyone there based on energetic signatures that match past encounters. When you're presented with an opportunity, your shadow has already run it through thousands of similar scenarios from your history. When someone approaches you with an offer, your shadow has already identified which of the 7 types of betrayal this might lead to. You're not paranoid, you're prepared. You're not negative, you're informed. You're not closed off, you're selective based on intelligence they don't have access to. But here's the part that really disturbs them, the truth that would break their reality if they fully understood it. Your shadow isn't just helping you succeed, it's helping you succeed specifically at their expense. Every time they doubted you, your shadow logged it. Every time they betrayed you, your shadow mapped their methods. Every time they underestimated you, your shadow marked them as future evidence of your rise. Your shadow doesn't believe in forgive and forget. It believes in remember and transcend. The mentor they think you have, it's the accumulated intelligence of everyone who ever tried to break you. The strategy they can't decode, it's built from reverse engineering every attack you've survived. The confidence they can't understand, it comes from shadow advisors who've already seen you survive worse than anything currently facing you. You're not being helped by someone more successful. You're being helped by someone more scarred, more tested, more proven in the specific battles you're fighting. Your shadow doesn't teach you theories. It teaches you proven tactics from your own battlefield experience. It doesn't give you motivation. It gives you memory of what happens when you don't move. It doesn't inspire you. It reminds you of the cost of staying the same. That's what success. This is intelligence money can't buy, connections can't provide, courses can't teach. This is the wisdom that only comes from walking through hell and taking notes, from dying multiple times and remembering what killed you, from being betrayed so thoroughly that you developed supernatural pattern recognition. They see you making power moves and assume someone's writing your playbook. They're right, but that someone is you, the full spectrum you, the integrated you that includes every shadow, every scar, every lesson learned in blood. Your advisors meet in the darkness of your consciousness, comparing notes from different timelines of your existence, strategizing based on intelligence gathered from every dimension of your experience. No wonder your moves seem three-dimensional in their two-dimensional game. Now let's talk about what your shadow board is really training you for, because this isn't just about success, it's about evolution. Your shadow isn't trying to help you win their game, it's teaching you to transcend the game entirely. Every piece of guidance from your inner council is designed not to help you fit into existing structures, but to help you build entirely new ones. You're not climbing their ladder, you're building your own building. You're not following their path, you're creating territories they don't even have maps for yet. The shadow guidance doesn't come in gentle suggestions. It comes in bone-deep knowing that moves you before your mind can interfere. That sudden decision to cut someone off, that was your shadow council's unanimous vote based on pattern recognition. That unexpected pivot in your strategy, that was your shadow's threat detection system, identifying danger 3 moves ahead. That bold move everyone called crazy, that was your shadow's calculation that the risk of staying the same exceeded the risk of change. Your shadow mentor doesn't teach you to be successful. It teaches you to be inevitable. It doesn't show you how to win. It shows you how to become undefeatable. Not through armor, but through adaptability. Not through strength, but through strategic shape-shifting. Not through dominance, but through dimensional thinking that operates beyond their comprehension. You're being trained by every trauma you've transmuted, advised by every adversity you've alchemized, guided by every ghost you've transformed into guidance. This is why traditional mentors couldn't help you the way your shadow can. They'd teach you their victories, but your shadow teaches from your defeats. They'd show you their path, but your shadow shows you paths that only exist because of where you've been. They'd give you their wisdom, but your shadow gives you wisdom specifically calibrated to your exact wounds, your specific patterns, your particular poisons and their corresponding medicines. It's personalized education at a level no external teacher could provide.
You're not meant to be on it forever, and I was on it for a long time.
What's up? I hope everyone is doing well. If you're new,
That's a yo.
go
We're
ahead
go.
and hit that subscribe button.
We're done.
And if you're returning,